Good evening, especially class 8 and 7 and 9 as well. You need electricity, vidyut. Standard 8, generally part 2. Some of the items were already done. Today, question number 1. It may be asked in BLE or your DLE exam, final exam, which is going to be held in a few weeks or say about 1.5 months. Draw and label simple cell, dry cell and domestic wiring. Please try yourself. It takes some time. Question number 2 is define domestic wiring or house wiring. Mention some devices or instruments or apparatus used in house wiring system or domestic wiring system. Just see, domestic wiring means house wiring. You have, I think you might have seen electricians or some other experts who come to your house and do the joining. Domestic wiring is the special pattern, means way, special pattern of supply of electricity to our houses. See, you might have seen a transformer, you might have seen wires, they are very useful. And some useful devices in it in house wiring system are as follows. Conducting wires which conduct electricity, generally made up of copper or aluminum. Meter box, main switch box to switch off and on. See, you might have seen, yes. And power sockets, electric lamps, CFL, bulbs, fluorescent lamp, filament lamp, etc. Heaters, ovens, etc. AC, air cooler or air conditioner, electric bells, sound box, television, radio, computers, laptop, etc. These instruments are used in house wiring system. After the house wiring is finished or over, you can use different items. In the modern age, these instruments are very useful. Question number 3, mention PD. Here PD means potential difference, electrolytes, electrodes in simple cell and dry cell. But in a dry cell, you can use a depolarizer as well. Depolarizer. See, the solution is this. First of all, it is better to write in a different way. See, A and B. See, although the question is simple cell and dry cell, it is better to write. Solution. Simple cell and dry cell. First of all, write down this. You can understand easily. In a simple cell, number A is PD. What is the PD or voltage in a simple cell? I write in this way. Another is electrolyte. Electrolytes and electrodes. See, before writing PD or voltage, potential difference or voltage in a simple cell. Can you say PD voltage 1 volt? 1 volt, it may drop out like 1 volt, 0 0.9, 0 0.8, 0 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1 and drop out 0 due to some defects. Potential difference or voltage in a simple cell or voltaic cell is 1 volt, but in a dry cell 1.5 volt. V for volt. 1 volt singular, 1.5 volts, slightly more. Electrolytes. See, just by the word electro, Electrolytes are generally liquids or paste which are used in cell or battery to produce electricity. सिम्पल सेल वा ड्राई सेलमा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी उत्पादन गर्नको लागि जुन सब्सटेन्स प्रयोग गरिन्छ त्यसलाई भनिन्छ इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. And electrolyte is a substance, chemical substance which is used in cells to produce electricity. Now, what are the electrolytes used in simple cell? Can you say? Simple cell. Remember, simple cell. Electrolyte: dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid. In a but in a dry cell, ammonium chloride jelly. Ammonium chloride jelly or paste. Jelly. Ammonium chloride NH4Cl. It produces electricity, electrons. Dilute sulfuric acid produces electrons, electrolytes. Sulfuric acid, not hydrochloric acid. Electrodes. Electrodes are the conducting rods or plates used in simple cell or dry cell. Electrodes, here zinc and copper. Zinc negative and copper positive. I say zinc and copper. But in a dry cell, zinc case and carbon rod. Zinc case negative and carbon rod positive. Again, PD, simple cell 1 volt, dry cell 1.5 volt. Electrodes, electrolytes. In a simple cell, dilute sulfuric acid H2SO4. In a dry cell, ammonium chloride paste mixed with carbon and paste, ammonium chloride paste or jelly. Electrodes, conducting plates. In a simple cell are zinc plate negative and copper plate positive. In a dry cell, zinc case negative and carbon rod positive. They are used. These things are very useful in a cell. Question number 1, 2, 3. Now, question number, some other things are also. Question number 4. Name and define two defects in a simple cell. One thing, how can they be removed or corrected? In a simple cell, there are two defects, two weaknesses. Simple cell ma दुईवटा कमजोरीहरू छन्. डिफेक्ट्स, विकनेसेस, डिफल्ट्स, ड्रब्याक्स, डिसएडभान्टेजेस जे भने पनि हुन्छ. यसमा दुईटा डिफेक्ट हुन्छ. क्यान यु से व्हाट आर दे? One thing, impure zinc. Sometimes zinc is not pure, it causes local action, and sometimes other things are also mixed, causing local action. Another is due to the production of hydrogen with zinc and dilute sulfuric acid chemical reaction, zinc sulfate is formed and hydrogen is also formed. This hydrogen gas is deposited on the copper plate and it causes polarization. अर्थात् सिम्पल सेलमा भएको के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि भोल्टमिटरमा भोल्टामिटरमा राखेको सल्फ्युरिक एसिड हुन्छ, इलेक्ट्रोलाइट, जिंक र कपर हुन्छ. जिंक र सल्फरिक एसिडको बिचमा रियाक्सन भएर हाइड्रोजन ग्यास बन्छ, यो नै कपर प्लेटमा गएर जम्मा हुन्छ, त्यो पोलराइजेसन हो। There are two defects in a simple cell. The solution is, first of all, you have to define also. The two defects in a simple cell are local action and polarization. I just underlined. Local action and polarization are the two defects in a simple cell. What is local action? It is a type of defect in a simple cell due to impure zinc or impurities. Local action is a defect in a simple cell caused by some impurities, especially carbon or impure zinc. See, the manufacturer of the simple cell sometimes uses impurities so that there are defects. Yeah, defect impurities caused due to the presence of carbon or impure zinc. The zinc is not pure. If zinc is not pure, local current flows within zinc plate. It means local action. Local current flows within the zinc plate. Actually, current should flow from zinc plate to copper plate. See, current flows from zinc to copper, negative to positive. But instead of flowing electron from zinc to copper, what happens? Electron flows within the zinc plate. Zinc plate भित्र नै flow भइरहेको हुन्छ. That means the current does not flow, so it causes local action. Local current flows in the zinc plate. One, and how can it be removed? Here it means local action. It can be removed or corrected. How to correct? How can be local? If local action is caused by the impure zinc, which use pure zinc, it can be removed or corrected by using what? Pure zinc or amalgamating. Amalgamating means coating it with mercury. If zinc plate is impure, we have to amalgamate or coat the zinc plate with mercury. Mercury भन्ने एउटा मेटल हुन्छ, लिक्विड मेटल, त्यसले बाहिरबाट कोटिङ गर्ने. By coating the zinc plate by mercury or amalgamating or coating with mercury, this defect can be easily corrected or removed. Another is polarization. If definition is asked, you have to write down the definition. If definition is not asked, not write. What is polarization? It is a defect in a simple cell. How? Due to the deposition of hydrogen gas bracket H2 on the copper plate. How is hydrogen produced? Hydrogen is produced by the chemical reaction of zinc and dilute sulfuric acid. Another, zinc plus dilute sulfuric acid, zinc displaces hydrogen from sulfuric acid, zinc sulfate is formed, and hydrogen gas is also formed. Now, where does this hydrogen gas go? यो hydrogen gas कहाँ जान्छ त? सिम्पल सेल भित्र भन्दा यो हाइड्रोजन ग्यास कपर प्लेटमा गएर जम्मा हुन्छ. This hydrogen gas is produced and this hydrogen gas is collected on the copper plate. And what happens if hydrogen gas is collected on the copper plate? There is a defect. There is a defect. The cell stops working. If there is polarization, it is a problem. What is the solution? For example, if there is poison, anti-poison, in the same way, polarization is a defect. What is the remedy or medicine or correction? Depolarizer. It can be removed or corrected by using a depolarizer. See, depolarizer, depolarizer, like manganese dioxide, there are others also, but manganese dioxide is better. Local action is a defect due to impure zinc. It is corrected by using pure zinc or coating the zinc plate by mercury. Polarization is a defect in a simple cell due to the deposition of hydrogen gas on the copper plate. How this hydrogen gas is formed? Due to the chemical reaction, hydrogen gas is formed and it is deposited on the copper plate. The cell stops working. This defect is called polarization. If there is polarization, we have to use a depolarizer. In a simple cell, there are two defects, but in a dry cell, the two defects are removed. How removed? Not zinc. No, zinc is not pure. If zinc is not pure, use pure zinc. Polarization defect is removed in a dry cell by using a depolarizer like manganese dioxide. Two defects, polarization and local action. Question number 4. Related to this, one question can be asked. For example, question number 5. There is no polarization in a dry cell. Why? But in a simple cell there is polarization, but in a dry cell there is no polarization. Why? There is no polarization defect. This is a defect in a dry cell. A number is this in a dry cell. Why? There is no polarization defect in a dry cell as manganese dioxide is used in it as a depolarizer. Then what is the function? What does it do? यो डिपोलराइजरले के गरेर हटाउँछ त भन्दा है एज अ डिपोलराइजर इट मिन्स दिस डिपोलराइजर manganese dioxide it changes hydrogen gas to water. It changes hydrogen gas to water. यसले हाइड्रोजन ग्यासलाई वाटरमा चेन्ज गर्छ. Dry cell is easier and better to use than a simple cell. Why? Here you have to write two defects in a simple cell, and why a dry cell is better. You have to write two ways. See, a simple cell is heavy as it contains two electrodes and sulfuric acid in a voltameter, which is very heavy. It is not portable. One thing, it is heavy. It has defects of local action and polarization, due to which the cell stops working. After some time, the cell stops working. But a dry cell has no liquid and it is light or portable. Portable means it can be carried from one place to another easily. One thing. And another, it has no defects of local action and polarization. And one more thing is, so a simple cell has 1 volt, it has defects, it is heavy, it has liquid. But a dry cell is light or portable, it is very easy and quick to use, it has no defects of local action and polarization. Moreover, it has more voltage of 1.5 volt. So a dry cell is better and easier to use than a simple cell. Although a simple cell is discovered by Alessandro Volta, we have to give him respect, but a dry cell is better than a simple cell. But a simple, you have heard that something is better than nothing. नहुनु भन्दा त केही थोरै भएको पनि राम्रो, हुँदै नहुनु भन्दा सिम्पल सेल पनि राम्रो थियो नि त्यसमा. Before dry cell was invented, but after the dry cell was invented, the simple cell is less useful. So this was for today.